Hello, happy bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Ken Bozak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh, yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Ken Bozak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. Some Ken bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get some Ken Bozak.
And we're live, but nobody can see us because I forgot to set this up the right way. So give me a second.
I'm gonna rent a moving truck.
Okay, there we go. We're live. All right, that makes sense.
I'm gonna find something.
Home Depot.
I'm gonna find something.
Nathan is. Are you getting on or are you going out?
I'm getting on.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
a fucking warrior, dude.
Nathan's finding a car for us to get home right now, so he's hopping on. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Shout out to Miggy. I fucking love you, Miggy. Thanks for tuning in. Bitcoin Blues Brother is here. Joel D&B, thank you so much for tuning in. The Big Ben, Nick Shepard, I love you, bro. Can't wait to see those photos. Mr. Drumstick. We got Kurtz in the chat. KD. Al Bundy, my bro. I love you. How goes it? Shout out to the Dingleberries. Mick Lovin's in the chat. Cat. All right, so.
That fucking hurt.
Our guest today is from Mars.Cards. We're going to be talking about colonizing Mars with NFTs with Hunter. How goes it, Hunter?
Hey.
Goes great. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for dealing with our high energy intro.
I've been
love it.
crying for 2 hours, so you wouldn't know it based on that intro.
Yo, stress levels are 9,000 right now. We're just pushing through it.
They have no rental cars in the entire southern region. So,
Oh man.
if anybody wants to make a few $1,000, come get us. Drive us home.
Yo, Miggy, you want to drive me home for like $2,000? Call me.
We should just sell an NFT and buy a car and just show people the real proof of concept.
Trade one car for one NFT for one car.
I wonder if we could do that.
I have a land NFT from Alien Worlds. I could definitely do that.
Do you think we could like create an image on air and make $10,000 off of it today and buy a car and be home tomorrow?
That's up to them for buying it. I
We
don't
can
know.
NFT the car, auction it off for charity.
That's up to the community. You guys can ask them. Hunter, introduce yourself. Let people know who you are and what the fuck we're doing with Colonize Mars and NFTs.
Awesome. Yeah, so thanks again for having me. I'm Hunter. I'm the founder of Colonize Mars. It's It's going to be a collection of digital NFT trading cards, and it's going to be on the Wax blockchain. And basically, the goal of the project is to tell the story of colonizing Mars in a accurate and compelling way, so more and more people are interested in basically becoming explorers and pioneers of the final frontier. So we're doing things like informing the car designs by real aerospace technology, working with aerospace engineers to design new missions and essentially grow the colony in different mission phases, so that eventually we have a self-sustaining civilization within this game on Mars. So that's essentially the overview of the project. We have our first sale less than a day, so tomorrow at 4 p.m. UTC.
On Wax, right?
And
Atomic Hub?
yep, it's going to be through Atomic Hub. And we have the links in our Telegram already, and we'll be posting them on our website pretty soon as well. So there's like a counter and everything for people who want to follow along. But it is a 24-hour sale, so there's not a huge rush to get in right when it opens. But yeah, I'd love to talk more about kind of the cards and the mechanics. We have a cool crafting system. We have an interactive map on our website, which will basically allow people to own parts of the colony. So yeah, we're super excited to share this with the world, and yeah.
Is there anything that you would compare this to, or is it just like completely its own thing?
So it's kind of, I guess, a unique project in terms of the subject matter is pretty interesting, especially the art style. It's more realistic. So the cards themselves are pretty unique, I think, and we work pretty hard to make sure that the cards are as accurate as possible, and that there's they're informed by real science. So I think that's a pretty unique part of the project. And then right now we're in phase 1, which is pre-game. So we plan to release basic gameplay elements on our website in later this year, around September. And so that gameplay, if you play Alien Worlds, or if you play a few of the other games, there's going to be elements that feel familiar to the mechanics. The gameplay will feel, we think, pretty unique because of the art style, the visuals, and the way that you interact with the colony map, it's going to be basically like a 3D map. So it's going to be kind of cool, and I think people will really like the style of that too.
So are these pre-minted, or I know you said it's a 24-hour buy, but is it sort of like rewarding people who, buy first or unpack things first, or does the, order not matter as much with like pre-minting NFTs that are in those? Or just curious
Yes.
if it's like, is there a reason to be earlier to the sale, or is it okay to kind of wake up late that day?
So it's okay to wake up late, but they are pre-minted. And the way that we're doing that is we're gonna mint on demand the crates themselves, so that the supply crates themselves, so that you get those in your wallet right when you purchase them. But we're gonna be having a window after the sale closes before our upgrading and unboxing window opens. And during that time, we're gonna count the exact supply sold and pre-mint the cards inside. So basically, everyone who buys a crate will have opportunities for low mint cards, but you don't have to wake up right when the sale window opens. You can buy whenever in the 24-hour window.
Okay.
It's kind of nice. I feel like there's a lot of ways to kind of shuffle that around. I've heard a lot of criticism recently of basically everybody doing anything with how they do their draft. There's always a complaint. So I like it. I think it's good, and I'm excited to see how that kind of plays out.
Is there going to be like a scarcity issue? Just curious. If 8 billion people wanted to get in and play, would that be possible? Or is it, a scarcity-based game? Like nobody had to worry about not being able to play Pokemon growing up. Pokemon cards weren't scarce. They were everywhere. They were saturated the market. And yet still one Charizard happens to equal over 2 Lamborghinis at this point in time. So I'm
Right.
curious, is this a game built around scarcity due to the NFTs, or is this something that doesn't really have that as a forefront? Like the key fact is, oh, these are going to be scarce in-game resources because they're NFTs. Would this work with like a oversaturated kind of a gameplay feel, or is this a scarcity-based collector's game?
So there's going to be rewards for both collectors and people who just want to, play right from the start. So our goal is to make sure that everyone can play who wants to. So you won't need to like have a ton of cards or anything like that to play the game. That's something that's important to us. At the same time, we want to reward people who, are early adopters and people who are investing in the project and feel like it's something that they're excited about. So the way we're doing this is, we're essentially there's a scarce element to the game, which is our ownership cards. And ownership cards are one-to-one equivalents to vehicles or pieces of equipment on our colony map. And like I was saying before, we wanted to make the project based on the actual missions that could potentially go to Mars one day and on real science. So basically, the colony is limited in size based on the payloads that you take up to Mars over various time intervals. So we can only have so many ownership cards per mission. So that's a scarce element. And later on in the game, we haven't released all the details yet. This is going to be, top of mind and the first priority after this initial launch. But essentially, our goal is to reward both the people that hold the ownership cards, as well as people who are purchasing crates and have lower rarity cards. So we'll be working this into the game as best as we can so that everyone gets rewarded. Another good thing to note is that the set of digital collectibles, the idea is to expand on the set as missions go on. So, for instance, our first launch, we have like one rover and we have 2 rocket ships. But in mission 2, we might bring up another 2 rovers. So if you don't get the ownership card on mission 1, you'll be able to burn the rover cards that you were collecting and upgrading in mission 1 to try to get an ownership card for mission 2. So basically, the lower rarity cards will have, value as we go on, and that's important to us as well. That's one of the big pieces of feedback that we got early on from our community, and we're listening to additional feedback every day, and we really want to make sure that this is a game and a project that people are excited about and feel like they can contribute to.
Well, the ownership card seems to make sense, like you said, with the scarcity due to the mission scarcity. You know what I mean? It's based off the in-game creation of the scarcity, so it'll grow as the game grows. It sounds like. I have a question in the chat. Somebody, DJ Me Popsicle said he played a demo on Steam called Colonize Mars. Is this the same game? Is there another game called Colonize Mars on Steam?
This is not the same game. This is that's a different, development group. So no, that's different.
Might want to rethink the name if somebody's already using the same name.
Yeah, we'll look into that. We've been researching different games and different approaches and things like that. So yeah, we'll look into it.
It's kind of cool. This is a bit topical too. We just had that Mars helicopter news. There's a few things going on. I know, it's weird.
Yeah, is there going to be a Colonize Mars helicopter NFT?
What's going on?
Can I get a helicopter instead of a car?
Yeah, there's going to be some scouting drones in the first mission.
Yes, dude. Yeah.
I like it.
We're going drone driving on Mars.
I was shooting at drones over the bay the other night. It was actually pretty cool. Ken knocked one down.
Nice.
He actually got one. I saw it.
Crikey, I caught one.
Crikey! I
Nice.
caught a stingray.
It's gonna,
That's not
oh
good.
no.
Is that the best? Is that the one I'm not supposed to
Awkward, yeah.
It's been like 25, 30 years.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
So if you guys are watching live in the chat and you have any questions, go ahead and shoot them our way. It says, the Big Ben said, unless the Steam Colonize Mars has NFTs and is play to earn, it means nothing, LOL. Having the name first means everything, kind of why Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash are, yeah. Legacy is key. SEO, branding, the name means everything. You could call it Fuck Mars as long as it's the original name. It doesn't really matter. But sharing a name with a game that already exists, Big Ben, that might matter, bro. Are you guys like trademarked and all that stuff? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, I mean, we're working on, the trademarks, and, we'll get that sorted. Again, this is an early project.
Well, a
Um,
lot of these,
you know,
I mean, I do love what you guys are doing. I just want to be kind of like, the cynical critic in the room, the speak for the people that may not be in the room at the moment because
Cynic.
they're not here. We're all here. We're all excited. And I kind of want to give them a voice through me. A lot of these projects that are doing similar things come off like an ICO. And the NFTs look to me to be a lot like a security because the utility to the NFT doesn't exist. We're crowdfunding the existence of the utility by selling utility before there is utility, therefore deeming it a security based on, the future value of blah 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 blah. So like what is the difference between what projects are doing like with NFT based crowdfunding as opposed to what we've seen ICO projects do by raising money, and there's like no projects that have raised money that exist, but damn near every project that's done an NFT ICO is here and doing like with Splinterlands, Gods Unchained, Alien Worlds, Our Planet. Like all these NFT games have gone down that ICO crowdfunding raising, very similar to like how Call of Duty will pre-release a game at GameStop so you can pre-order it so they have money in their market cap or capital so they can invest in the game and make it. I have a lot of people argue NFTs are ICOs, and I'm like they can be, but I'm just wondering if you could touch on like how NFT based projects are doing things differently than those ICO based projects are when raising funds.
sure. Well, I think, one thing to note is that, I the vision of the project is to make, a Mars. It's essentially, artwork for Mars, and so we wanted to make sure that first and foremost the story and the
Oh
artwork
wait, I
are
want
the
to interrupt 1 second. DJ Me
yeah.
Popsicle, it's all his fault. He did it. He said he's sorry. The name of the game was Occupy Mars.
Oh God.
DJ Me Popsicle, you made me look like an asshole. It's all your fault. I'm taking away your mod and admin abilities. You're fired.
I love that.
All right, Nate. Hunter, please go on.
I'm so sorry. So
Yeah,
awesome.
Occupy Mars is a cool game. It's much more of like,
Totally different name, DJ Me
Sorry.
Popsicle.
Sorry.
Totally different name.
I'm so unprofessional.
Okay, so yeah,
Oh,
to answer your question, the first thing is there's value in the artwork, I believe.
Yes,
This
exactly.
is very,
Thank you.
very important. We're first and foremost, like we wanted to get the foundation of the project right, and that has been our focus up until this point. You can see the artwork on Mars.Cards. You can see all the the card artwork. We've worked really hard to make sure that this is something unique. It's totally original. We worked through everything from all the way like from sketching, working out the technical specifics of each piece of equipment. So, you're sort of investing in kind of a story and a way of thinking about the future of humans being multiplanetary. And so, there's value in that. And it is true that this first launch will help us, expand our development efforts into the game. And so this is, definitely one thing we're excited about, and it's an opportunity. But of course, if no one invests, if no one sort of sees the value of the project, then it's totally up to them to not invest. These are sort of phases for us. It's not, and we're gonna continue to grow the project and the specifics and the details as we get support and as we continue on. So we think that it's sort of a controlled launch. It's something that we're not asking. We haven't released all the details of the gameplay yet, and these are things that we're working on with the community. So everyone's well aware of this. I believe in the community. We've shown a basic roadmap of where we want to go, and we want to make sure that people develop it alongside of us. So it's a challenging balance, right? Like to either have a very detailed, project and a very specific kind of um, launch that is larger and sort of risk getting feedback early on. We wanted to take the approach where we start with a foundation, we start with a story, and we build the project with the community and make sure that it's what people want. So but if it's too risky for some people to invest early on in this project, that's totally fine. As time goes on, you know it'll probably be less risk as more details are released about the gameplay. We're going to work as hard as we can to update the community as often as possible on developments. We're working, like I said, on our roadmap. We're going to have it in a format where people can comment and give feedback. We're working on hiring, and all these things will be announced as we continue on. So our goal is to increase the accountability and the responsibility of the team in a way that's fair to the community. And I think that's quite unique relative to ICOs, which I think we're a little bit more
Yep.
cloudy and also asking for quite a bit of money for different projects without a lot of accountability.
Like
So
$4
I think
billion
this is
dollars. I don't know. Anyway,
lot of money.
EOS. EOS.
Jeez,
Even though I
right?
do love wax, it's still fucking hilarious.
But it's
You
crazy.
really did nail it right on the head though with like the first sentence, bro. Like and I love that you said it because I feel like I set you up for it, and he's like, dude, knocked it right out. It's the fucking art, bro.
Yeah.
People miss the point of NFTs being much more than a shitcoin.
Yeah.
It's fucking art. It is different in that way. Plus, it has that potential, utility when being an early project that's working on that utility. I've just had to deal with like a lot of suits at this NFT event in Miami. And a lot of them look at the same way that they like look at ICOs. They look at projects like Colonize Mars and like, oh, they're selling NFTs to raise money. Like, didn't all these ICOs do that? Where are they now? And I'm like, yeah, but your ICO coin ain't worth shit because there's a trillion of them and they all look the same. There's nothing. I mean, not to put it out to the universe, but like, even if Colonize Mars didn't come out as a game, it would still be a collectible art series. And worst case scenario for ICOs, when something doesn't get built at the end of the day, there is nothing left. And NFTs have kind of, I think, that really unique ability to be like a sentimental, donation, right? Like I donated some money to Colonize Mars because I wanted the game to exist. And now I have a really cool, reward for donating. I have this car, or I have this drone, or I have whatever the NFT may be. There's more tangibility to it as an investor when it comes to NFTs. I feel less so anyway, because I have these NFTs, even though they're intangible, it's still more tangible than the ICO shit.
Yeah, and your best protection from that perception, I guess, would be good announcements, roadmaps, things where people can kind of grasp onto something, and a way to, pump your own project without pumping your own project. Like, be honest, put out a good thing, and just be like, hey, this is what we're doing when we're doing it. And I think that's what a lot of those older projects lacked, is they promised everything, but there was no kind of indicator of when you get it or what it would look like. So,
also, I know what you look like.
That's a good thing. So that's the third part.
Exactly.
The team is very important.
That's what I was getting at. I don't think you touched on it, but your team. It's all... There's public developers, public faces, and that's why I did ask if it was trademarked, because then we know that there's a legal team behind it. You have a law firm that I could Google and see where the law firm is, based out of. I can call your lawyer's building and say, hey, are Colonize Mars paying you, blah, blah, blah. Like, those are the things that I think are different than what we've seen in the ICOs coming from the NFT spaces. The people in the NFT space doing these crowdfunding things are doing it in a communal way, with their faces, with their names, making friends, not just making customers. There's a big difference here in the NFT space than in the ICO space, but unfortunately it's getting blurred and everybody's looking at it through the same light. I say stay skeptical, but also it's a different war. We are in like a battle right now because of the disruption. But this war over on this side of the gamification aspect isn't the same as like unbanking yourself and all that DeFi bullshit. This is like just like player ready one economics, you know, kind of game breaking in the sense of the economy, not just, you know, game breaking in gaming. But so I wanted to touch on, you know, the burn mechanics of Colonize Mars, because a lot of people are getting into NFTs right now, and you're trying to convince them to destroy their Pokemon cards. You know, like people are making video games like with the Colonize Mars with burn mechanics, and these new gamers are like, wait, you want me to fucking break my toy? Like, I just bought this fucking thing. Like, what do you mean set it on fire? What do you mean burn my NFTs? So if you could explain to the people that may not know, why would anybody want to burn something that is precious to them or scarce to them? Like, what rhyme or reason would, you know, Pokemon say, like, go rip up a Charmander to get a Charmeleon, rip up your Charmeleon to get a Charmander, to get a Charizard? Where does this kind of like, because I'm excited, I love burning, but I talk to people that are new and they have that like, wait, I just bought it, what do you mean burn it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's basically it's a trade-off. So, you know, there's like for our crates, our supply crates in the first mission, we have 20 cards in both the standard and the ultimate supply crates, and they're different prices, and there's different percentage odds for higher rarity cards in the higher priced supply crate. So basically, we have our standard, it's $9, ultimate's $39. That'll be converted into wax at the time of the purchase. And so, you know, you'll have 20 cards. If you buy the standard one, for instance, you know, most of those will be standard cards. So you can either say, okay, I like all these cards, I don't want to do anything with them. You know, perhaps you trade them or you sell them or you keep them. Or you can decide to combine similar cards of both the subject matter, the type, and the rarity to get a rarer card.
Exactly.
And the rarer card has there's fewer in circulation, so there's going to be most likely a value increase in the card. And with our game, not only can you upgrade the 5 base unique rarities, the standard, the uncommon, we have rare, epic, and legendary, and you essentially need to combine 3 of a lower rarity tier to unlock 1 of that same type in the next rarity tier up. So for instance, combine 3 common cards for 1 uncommon card.
Now is this randomized, or is this first come first serve? So if I'm the first person to go through the burn process, do I get mint number 1 of that, or is it more of a randomized like, you know, lottery, without like trying to use like terms that will get anybody in trouble? It's not a lottery, fucking whoever's
watching. It's a really good question. Yeah, and it was one that we debated quite a bit on the development team. So essentially the way it will work is when you upgrade the card, the mint number will be added on to the pre-mint pool of the next rarity tier. And so we did that so that you could upgrade as many cards as you want, and we would have had to put an upgrade limit on the cards if we were to do what you're saying, which is essentially a lottery. So when you upgrade cards, you know, for instance, you upgrade 3 epic cards to get 1 legendary, and let's say there's 100 legendaries in circulation, so your new legendary will be mint 101 when you upgrade that card. So there is a trade-off, and these are things that, you know, people, that's kind of the fun of it, right?
Well, it is though, because if you get stuck with like mint number 1000, right, like five common mint number 1000s, you're the first person to burn those high number common mints. You could get a low mint number high rarity. So that, yeah, exactly. It's beautiful. That's exactly what we need to see in this, is more opportunities, right? Not a lot of like whale bullshit where it's like you pay to win. I hate pay to win, and we're seeing some NFTs go that pay to win route. But when you can get like high mint number common things and burn them for low mint high rarity shit, Dude, that's exactly what people want to engage with is more opportunities. So that's what you are providing. And like you said, probably overcomplicating it with the lottery factor. I think the first come first serve thing on that side, without like the pre-minting and the packs and all that, it's we're trying to figure out what is the most fair to play model, right? Like I feel
Right.
like how much of this has gone into the game where that fair to play aspect where could somebody like break the meta and just become like, remember South Park where fucking Randy got the fucking sword and just started killing everybody in fucking Minecraft and shit or whatever it was? Like, could somebody just become like the Elon Musk of colonize Mars and just like make it shit for everybody else?
Probably.
So we're working on that right now, and the team's working really hard to figure out the right way to distribute ownership and responsibility of the colony in a way that's fair. And it's basically, we want it to be based on not only economic kind of power, but also accountability within the game. Like how good of a play, like how responsible are you of maintaining the things that you own in the colony, for instance, or um, how are some ways we can introduce community into making sort of owners like having good owners or bad owners, and figuring out the right way to kind of distribute.
Right. If there's like a bad person,
who decides that?
Right. I was
what's
gonna
a
say,
bad owner and what's a good owner too?
Is there a DAO to this?
Also, you guys essentially have a tokenomic structure built into your NFT program, and that's what I think a lot of projects are missing. I do like that. But go ahead, the good and bad thing.
No, it's there aren't many more details that we want to give away right now, but we will be doing more detailed analysis of all these factors and opening it up for the community to give feedback on. So these are all essentially what I want to say now is essentially we're working on the right way to do this, and our goal is to have the community involved in that system. But it is top of mind, and one of the biggest pieces of feedback we've received so far as we've announced the initial details and roadmap. So yeah, it's definitely something we're working on. And like you said, it's a really challenging problem, and I don't think the perfect solution has been found yet, or if it ever will be found. But our goal is to explore some new ways to make it as good as we can.
Don't mind Nathan. He's just really excited about our new sponsors.
Rap Snacks.
Product placement.
Rap Snacks. Shut up.
Product placement. So
Nice.
I can't wait to see you on these.
Yeah, apparently I'm going to be on Rap Snacks soon, so that's going to be a real thing.
Cool.
All right, so I do want to I wanted to touch more on this because I've said this years ago, and I've reiterated it with almost every project I've interviewed. When anybody's building games like this, there is always a potential for somebody like the Blue Wizard to show up and buy all of your shit and burn it all, and now there's nothing left for anybody to play with, and your game is fucking dead. I'm curious, being so in that, by doing the game and building it, you must have conversations along those lines where, like, I'm on the outside just being a player, but I see the games and I'm like, dude, if I had $1 million, I could buy every copy of Call of Duty and nobody's going to be able to play Call of Duty anymore. That's sort of what games with NFTs are doing when they're doing too much scarcity. Somebody like the Blue Wizard shows up, he buys all of your ownership mission things, burns them all, nobody can play the game. How do you feel people make game theory gaming when other people can just buy up all this shit and say, look, you know how hard it is to get a PlayStation right now? You know how hard it is to get a new Xbox because of scalpers. We're going to have NFT scalpers as well as people like me who have a lot of money that are like, I'll buy your mint one of one and I'm going to burn it to destroy your game. Is there anything that you have discussed to kind of counteract that game theory of being like bought out by somebody like the Blue Wizard who has millions and just says, I'm just going to burn all these assets?
Yeah. Absolutely. So, even in our mission one, like the idea of having a 24-hour sale where everyone has an opportunity to purchase cards, someone who has, more faster hand or better luck can't just purchase every single card right away. I think this helps mitigate some of that as well, right? So anyone who wants to purchase, including the Blue Wizard, can purchase within that 24-hour sale, and then there's a guarantee that more people will have parts of the cards, and so there would never be kind of a burn everything and don't leave anything, because there's multiple people.
Well, every time something hits the secondary market, if I'm a billionaire, I just keep buying it and burning it.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's an aspect of, we think that people will keep these cards and want to hold on to them and not just put every single one on the secondary market. Like, one of the ways we're enabling this is cards that are of the same type will be able to be used in burn events in the future. So we think people will have a higher likelihood of wanting to hold on to their cards to start and continue to hold those. And the other thing is,
can I just appreciate you for a second? I really appreciate the fact that you just explained that people will, and most projects want secondary market sales, but this dude's like, people probably aren't going to be buying and selling it. They're going to be holding it and using it. And I really appreciate that you are really like focusing on people playing with and using your NFTs, and not just making it like a secondary market cash cow, like 95% of the other projects I've talked to.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, and the other thing I'll say is, we want to make this project for people who love the idea of like colonizing Mars. And
so Elon Musk is probably going to be your main player. Like, I know he's going to play this game.
It would be cool to have him involved for
definitely.
Sure. And like, we want this to be
manifested. It's happening. Exactly why I said it's going to happen.
We've channeled it together. It's happening.
Yeah.
You should get building him a special Mars rover or something.
Yeah, let's all chip in some money, and we could buy a billboard right by his house and just say, Elon Musk, come to colonize Mars or something.
Yeah, and have some cool Tesla ready for him or something, a Mars Tesla.
Yeah, see, get a mint one of one Mars Tesla NFT that's only available for Elon Musk when he like verifies his Wax wallet on Twitter.
Yeah, he'll think that you're a genius for thinking ahead too.
Yes, make a very special mint one of one for Elon Musk. Nobody in your community would be upset, and just say it's only for him when he verifies his Wax wallet on Twitter.
It's just reserved for Elon. Yeah. It just sits there in case he ever wants.
I don't think anybody would be upset.
No, I would be upset. Give it a parking spot.
Give it a parking spot.
I got a small parking lot unconnected to any roads. It just sits there until he's ready. So silly.
It is pretty silly, but that's the shit Elon Musk loves, and that's what our community loves, and I think that's why we all get along. That's why his car farts.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna say buy Bitcoin in a year.
Beep, beep, buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin.
They're gonna have a Bitcoin edition Tesla.
Sorry, I got way off topic.
We got excited. This happens.
No, it's good. And we want people. We have like a little aerospace advisory council right now. It's just 3 members, but we're looking to expand that and have more people who are professionals in the aerospace industry help advise us on future missions. Sure. So that's something we're always looking out for, and we'll be continuing to add on to that. So yeah, it's part kind of educational / science experiment, part NFT and sort of game, and the goal is to really try to unify these 2 different audiences, right? Like the people who are really excited about Mars, and people who are in the crypto space. And I think there's a lot in common with those 2 audiences, because they're both kind of pioneers of new technologies, willing to take risks, excited about exploring the future, things like that. And I think it'll be exciting to hopefully bring new people into the Wax space, who maybe this is their first project they're investing in, or something like that. So yeah, I mean, I hope that this continues to help kind of bring awareness to the community. And I've been really thankful around speaking to other projects and the other people in the space, and it's been really friendly, and everyone's supportive of new projects here, which is really great too.
Well, it's not a boring topic, or I mean, it's like, it's really exciting, the things that you're working on. Like you said, it's kind of an educational game too, as well. Like a lot of the games I played as a kid were nerdy things. Like one of my favorite games from my childhood that isn't really like 007 is probably Math Blaster.
Math Blaster.
And it was a math game.
That's
It was
funny.
called Math Blaster. And basically, you would be in computer class with your friends, and you would have to like beat the game. But it's basically like, I can do math faster than you.
It's cool.
And it was just a really cool way to learn, math. And I think we even got into like algebra and geometry with Math Blaster as like the grades went on. But it was just a game to like play and learn like different mathematical equations. And I don't know. I just like feel like the more we can gamify education, the more we'll have educated gamers. You know what I mean? There's a
Yeah.
lot of games out there that are like dulling the senses and just dumbing people down by playing them. And there are some games out there that are like going to class for a few hours and kind of having a one-on-one with a professor, but it's hands-on and you are your own professor and the study book is what you're actually in, not just with. Bringing people to that, I think, is really interesting in a way to reward them with it. I'm curious, do you see people using this gamified educational aspect of NFTs and gaming in like the wrong way? I don't know if it makes sense without knowing some of like the legacy games, but there like a few years ago there was games that were coming out on Android and iOS that would convince kids to hurt themselves or break their TV, and like there was like really fucked up shit like in general, right? Like
Mm.
just bad people doing bad things, making bad games to do bad shit with. I don't know if anybody in the chat knows what I'm talking about, but there was a lot of games where kids were like getting told to like eat Tide Pods to get points on the leaderboard and shit. I'm curious if you'll see like, and maybe this will be a better way to phrase the question. Do you see a potential for like an anarchist cookbook NFT video game?
Ooh, shit.
I think there's, because I think the kind of the whole premise of NFTs and decentralized platforms is freedom of, the market. So I think there is potential for any of these things. I mean, just look at the internet as a platform in general. There's a huge spectrum of content on the internet. I think there will probably be ways to try to put guardrails on that. Various platforms, might pop up to help sort of steer the content, and hopefully that will prevent some of that. But I think if we look purely at the technology and what it enables, I think that is possible. Colonize Mars is in no way trying to make anything like that.
No, but I mean, like, if somebody came out with like a counter game, like decolonize Mars, right? And it was like, how do you like, I don't know, like double agent colonizations on Mars and like blow up shit and like, you know what I mean? Like the opposite side of the good side of like colonizing Mars, like decolonizing. There's always like terrorize Mars or something, right? Like
I think it's totally possible, right? Like technology is sort of a neutral reflection of the human condition. So I think there is possibility for negativity and also possibility for positivity. And so I think both are possible in the crypto space, and the hope is that the positive outweighs the negative, I think. And one of the things that's, I guess, interesting to me is whenever I've researched Mars or space travel in the past, there's always such a positivity around it, or to me it's sort of more of an majority positive. It seems like there's something inherent in the human spirit about being an explorer and a pioneer, and I think it really taps into that kind of part of the human spirit.
Sorry.
We saw that like in the Apollo program, kids were inspired.
Yes, exactly.
Like science, technology, engineering spiked 300%. And if you told every kid today, learn your science and you can become an explorer of a new world. Like imagine all of the inventors and all of the doctors and entrepreneurs that would come out of.
Well, that's why I brought up
Just
Math
that-
Blaster, because it was a game that I played in school, but school was like, it's a school approved game because it was an educational game. I feel like games like Colonize Mars could potentially be in those, like elementary school science classrooms or computer science classrooms where they're like, oh, I'm gonna play Colonize Mars because like my fucking dad's going to Mars next year or something, right? Like,
Yeah.
they're like,
And,
you know what I
and
mean?
even in the past, you're mentioning how, all these numbers spiked in terms of people getting into science and just even the thought of space exploration. And that was at a time where we had actually witnessed on television astronauts dying, burning up, leaving the atmosphere.
Yep.
And we were still like, we got to do this. And that's how powerful it is. Like we'll defy and test our own limitations to the point of just like facing death constantly just to get to that next level.
Having
We
fun
just need to be
staying poor.
inspired. Yeah, I mean, really. So like we're interesting creatures. We can be reached to like such a deep level where we're just gonna face our own mortality to kind of like progress.
Yeah, absolutely. There's always it's part of what I think what makes humanity so amazing. It's this
It is.
always trying to push the frontier, and the final frontier is space. So it's the next
And our own mind.
Place to go, and Mars is the first big place where or we can answer questions about science that we've never been able to answer, things about what life is, are we alone on the planet? It's where the challenge is. It's going to enable us to create self-sustaining systems that would be necessary to live on Mars. And yeah, it's where the future is. It's if we do what we can do in our lifetime to establish even a small colony on Mars, then I believe in 500 years there'll be new branches of civilization on Mars and hopefully throughout near interstellar space too. So this is definitely
Well, it is
exciting.
big. I mean, people, I don't know. I may know too many stupid fucking facts or whatever, but like,
Yeah.
Call of Duty was actually like the military invested in Call of Duty. The military invested in Halo. The fucking military actually used Halo as a recruiting tool for the military during 9/11. That's where they were getting kids to join the military at Halo fucking tournaments.
And they've always done this.
So this is where SpaceX is probably going to be looking at projects like Colonize Mars the same way that the United States military looks at games like Halo
They get ready
or
to get
Call of
paid.
Duty. Yeah, get ready to get fucking paid, bro. Shout out to the Big Ben. Thank you so much for the $3. We got Mellow Fellow Boards with the $5. I miss you too. He said, drive up 2.5 hours to my crib. Bro, you better drive to us, you bum. We gotta.
We'll
Do you
pay a couple grand.
do you see this view, bro? We got a yacht out front and shit. You better.
That's awesome.
I ain't driving anywhere, but I'm.
Yeah, we spent 100 Ethereum to rent that for the week.
Yeah, it's ours. Zach, thank you so much. He said 420. Whoa, he sent 420. Thank you for the super chat. Said Charizard Lambo. I feel like Jake Paul or Logan Paul, one of those Paul brothers. I don't know which
I feel
one.
like we've seen one in Miami.
They definitely need to get one of those.
For sure.
Oh, Annalise, Bitcoin Queen said Elon Musk might be in Miami. The Cybertruck has been spotted. I think he has the only one right now. So
I
yeah.
saw a zombie Jeep the other day, but that was definitely not Elon.
Yeah, definitely not Elon. Oh, Bad Crypto. How goes it? Usually Joel on Bad Crypto. Very rarely Travis. So Joel, .. Love the Colonize Mars Project. Bad Crypto Podcast says that. I love you, Bad Crypto Podcast.
I'm reading that Zig Ziglar book.
The what?
Zig Ziglar.
He
He suggested a book to me. I'm reading it. I remember.
Did you read Joel's book yet?
No.
Oh, do good stuff.
Okay, I'll read it.
It's good
sure.
stuff.
We'll read it together. I'll report back.
Miggy said, Ken, I'll literally come get you. Miggy, if you want to make $2,000 driving me home to New Jersey, I'll give you $2,000 to drive me home today to New Jersey.
I'll throw in 1,000.
We have to leave right now.
We could leave tomorrow morning.
But I really do want to ride home.
I gotta go home too. I have a woman at home that misses me, and she cried on the phone this morning, and so did I, and we need to just get home.
Do you know how fucking hard it's going to be to get home from Mars, though?
It is.
It's going to be, yeah.
There's no coming home.
Is there, though? Hunter.
No, there's not.
Hunter, is this a one-way trip, you think, for, like, the next 100 years if we do go to Mars? Is it a one-way trip for, like, 100 years?
Well, that's actually kind of one of the interesting things. I don't think people, I mean, maybe people do, but I don't think people realize the kind of technology that we have already created to make Mars possible. One of them is called ISRU, in situ resource utilization. And so you can essentially make rocket fuel
Staying in the
by
note.
combining the CO2 in the atmosphere and the water under the ground in Mars to make rocket fuel to put into a rocket ship that you've landed on Mars to go back to Earth. So the idea would be that you can go to Mars and come back. It would take about 2 years because you have to wait for Earth and Mars to align in their orbits, but it is possible. And we're exploring other kind of science in our cards, and that's kind of the fun part about it. Like, people, I think, will realize that Mars is possible, and you can go if you want to, or you can, quite soon. And that's exciting. And I think, if we can accomplish one thing in this project, it would be to inspire, even if it's just a few people, to think about Mars, to maybe even start inventing for Mars, to
Exactly.
consider,
We do need to look
working in
ahead.
the industry, to just push it forward and make it sort of more part of the conversation. Because personally, I think it's such an important thing for us to do as
Yeah.
people right now. It could be one of the most important things we could potentially do in the century.
I would walk 500 miles
kissed your
and
comment.
I would walk 500
500 more.
miles more.
Something. But you can't walk 500 to get back from Mars.
No, you
But
can't
also-
even walk it.
Yeah, I'm a spacewalker.
They're gonna have a treadmill from here to there.
I'm
You're just gonna be able to
walk
stand
home.
still like an escalator.
We should walk home.
We should no. Shut up. We're going too far.
I'll be in such good shape, and your feet are gonna
My
hurt.
feet already hurt so bad, dude. I'm so done with Miami.
We did a group bath last night to help our feet.
I definitely did a group bath last night. That's a thing that happened, and you can all know about it, and I don't care.
I have proof.
Oh, he does have proof.
I have half.
Oh wait, don't show them the art part. That's
I
a
won't.
thing.
Oh, no,
That's a
don't.
thing. Yeah, the art.
Are you sure you want to use it?
Yeah, don't show them the art
Don't
part.
show them that.
I love that.
Okay.
Don't show them that. We're gonna mint that.
Okay, dope. Come on. This way. There you go. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it's like you don't even know what that says.
It's Clubhouse again.
Yo, Hunter, is Colonize Mars on Clubhouse?
No, it's not.
All right,
We'll
cool.
be working on trying to get.
Don't
all
waste
that
your
stuff.
time. Don't waste your time.
Don't do it.
Don't waste your fucking time.
Right now,
Also-
we're on Telegram and
Rap
Twitter.
sex.
That's our main hubs.
I love.
Oh, do you have a
makeup,
dust
so-
mine in your Telegram?
Do
We're
they?
working on it. Nothing official to announce yet.
Okay.
But
But that'd be
we're
so
working
easy
on
to
ways
incorporate
to,
in your
to get
game,
people
too.
involved in that.
Right. I think you only have to stake like 500,000 dust to have a channel turned into a mine channel. So it's definitely doable. And it's definitely helped my community and my Telegram be more, I would say, like more self-aware of what they say. You know what I mean? Because people don't want to get, called out as being spamming and just like spamming for that dust. So people are, I think, a little bit more like courteous with the time and space and resources they take up in the Telegram.
Yeah, it's a really cool project. It's a great idea. So, yeah, we'll hopefully have that as part of our
Mars is
socials.
basically just dust.
Yeah, Mars is like a garbage
It
dump
is.
without any garbage in it too.
Oh look, helicopter.
That's we see helicopters out here, bro.
It looks way smaller on camera.
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
It's not. The camera removes 10 pounds. Stop.
The camera removes 4 inches. I swear.
We got none to spare.
So how many? Is there gonna be a way to like battle in this game, or is it more like of a collab? I'm curious. Will there be like, colonies on Mars in colonized Mars able to like battle, or is there no like duking it out in this game? Like, what kind of gameplay will players be able to expect inside of colonized Mars?
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to release too many details about it quite yet, but it's going to be mostly simulation. So it will be, you'll for our very first launch, which is tomorrow, and then the day after we start crafting, you'll be able to see our interactive map on our website and the style of that. You'll be able to it's an aerial view map. It's 3D, and you'll be able to pan and zoom and click on different pieces of equipment, explore them, see who owns them. So we're essentially gonna build on that 3D map and start adding a few gameplay elements in later this year. So you'll get a good sense of kind of the style.
The only reason I even ask is, have you seen the new show on Netflix, Space Force?
Yep.
Dude, the last episode where they're like, I don't want to spoil it, but like,
Do it.
there's a lot of conflict not on Earth, and it's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what actually happens on Mars, right? Like maybe people, there will be, fighting involved on the real Mars missions. Hopefully there won't be, but these are things that if the game's going to continue to evolve as it goes on. I mean, I think we don't want to rule out any kind of possibilities. We want to explore these things with the right help from qualified like aerospace professionals, people who've studied the sociological and psychological impacts of space travel. I think it'd be interesting. I mean, essentially, we're trying to set up all the parameters, so that it's as authentic to the experiences as we can, and we'll see. I mean, there won't be like ray guns, or it's not gonna be like a super sci-fi kind of thing. But
I kind of wanted to shoot Nathan with a ray gun on Mars. I'm not gonna lie.
I need to get shot. I do bad stuff on Mars for sure.
But yeah, we'll add more details as we go on. That's not I'm neither confirming nor denying what will happen.
Well, I understand people are like, oh man, this is like Justin Sun talking about it's like people have to play these things close to chest right now. Like seriously, like it's not because you don't have the answers, and I want people to know that. It's because this space is so quick to stealing fucking ideas, and some people are so fast to move with a stolen idea.
Like 5 minutes.
3 days later, it'll look like you stole their fucking idea. That's how good these people are. So I do understand why you keep saying that, and I understand. Just want other people to understand as well why that may be the case. Is
I have a prediction for our real life, visit to Mars and how that relates to crypto.
Yeah.
We're going to discover the largest amount of gold that anybody ever thought possible. It's going to devalue all gold on Earth. And we're going to have to use crypto and NFTs, like Elon Musk is saying. So he's going to get there, find all the gold, and then force us to use Dogecoin or something.
Yeah.
It's possible.
It's possible. Yeah, I mean, Mars, was a planet very similar to Earth.
Yeah.
A lot of volcanic activity, a lot of potential for,
That's why they really want to go. There's minerals, there's nutrients, there's elements.
I have a counter argument for this that I like to bring up.
Do it.
I think that you could find as much gold as you want on Mars, and it would make all the gold here on Earth worth a lot more.
It's Mars gold now. It's just Mars gold. Hey, this watch, this Rolex is Mars gold.
Exactly. Hear me out. Mars gold will be worth more than Earth gold, for sure. Like Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash, same shit, like different ticker, right? So the production cost to get to Mars to mine the gold and then to get the gold from Mars to Earth,
you have to ship
that would increase the price of gold on Earth. Just because. Yeah. And then when you start to mix Mars gold with Earth gold, it's all just gold. So that might take 100 years, but the production costs and the increase in supply, it'll balance out, I think. So I'm not too worried about somebody finding a meteor made out of gold, because if they spend $10 trillion mining it, that will be put into the cost of the gold that they got.
It's true.
One thing to keep in mind is the cost of transporting it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Production costs.
You have to create the jewelry and then shoot it into the ocean.
Oh my God!
They'll just people to die for it.
They'll just throw it at us and hope it hits Earth like a meteor. We have a comment in the chat that says, from KDA, when Ken Bozak and Colonize Mars collab, Pioneer Bro. So when can I get inside of your game, and then when can I get some of your stuff into my collection? And not just me, but yeah, are there collabs coming for Colonize Mars with things like Our Planet and Alien Worlds? It all seems like there's a lot of synergy, not so much any competition at all. Everybody seems to be finding a way to work with each other in NFTs.
Yeah.
You know, if you go look at legacy games, yes, Fortnite does compete with Call of Duty. But if Call of Duty and Fortnite let each other use their assets, there would be no competition. So I'm curious, where do you see Colonize Mars with other projects that I've mentioned working as a collab? Or how would you like to see those collabs if there were any?
Well, first of all, I want to say,
Speculation.
yeah, let's
All speculation.
yeah, let's do a collab. Let's talk about it sometime. That'd be cool. Yeah, I'm and the team is super open to collaborations around the space.
Can you smoke
been
weed
in-
on Mars? Is the oxygen too
No,
high in
absolutely.
like the domes with like a lighter set
light won't
everything
light.
on fire? Like, can you smoke weed in a
Fire
space?
is definitely not something that will be encouraged at all.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be smoking weed on Mars. That's I think where vape pens are headed.
I like fire though.
Yeah.
I want fire. So
Damn, no campfires on Mars.
we need fire. Figure it out.
Figure it out.
Fix it.
Fix it.
Fix how oxygen interacts with fire.
So I guess
Yeah.
to kind of wrap things up, I guess let the community know if they can get involved, if there's any opportunities. Are you looking? Is there any bounty programs, any giveaways, any way for anybody to get involved as an artist or a writer? Are you looking for somebody to write lore? I'm just curious, how can people get involved without having to buy an NFT? Is Colonize Mars hiring? Is there any bounty programs, internships, any of these opportunities? Please let people know.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll start with just kind of some of the giveaways we're doing right now. So we have it might have sold out already, or all of them might have been claimed, but we had some promo stickers. Today was the last day to claim the 10th one. So those were super popular and people really enjoyed those. They're probably on the secondary market if you want to grab one, but that was something we did, and we want to probably continue doing that as time goes on. We also are doing a few giveaways on our Twitter. So we have some cool patches. They're like mission patches that are 3D and animated, and we're giving them away from signing up for our newsletter and our Twitter.
Are they transferable?
Sorry?
Are the patches, are they transferable?
Yeah.
I feel like they shouldn't be, but that's just because I'm a nerd and I'm a gamer, and I'm like, should you really be able to trade your Boy Scout friend like the merit badge for his fire badge, even if you didn't earn the badge? Just curious,
That's
like,
fair.
you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
We all want things to be as like open source as possible and no censorship. I know if I say like no transfer on my NFTs, somewhat of a censorship, but I feel like some things like what you mentioned with the patches, I feel like they do have a place in non-transferable NFT environments.
Yeah. And then I guess, for people who want to get involved, we're looking to hire 2 to 3 engineers for the development team. We are looking primarily, for people who have interest in helping us, build the game. So we're actively hiring for those roles right now. And then if you just want to get involved in the community, there's definitely some exciting things happening there. That's where we'll be gathering feedback from our roadmap, discussing and announcing things. So our Telegram is just Colonize Mars NFT. So is our Twitter. So
My
you guys
mom's in the chat. I love you, Mom. Hi.
Love you, Mom. I'm Nate. Hi.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Mom. I don't see her in the chat too often.
Aw.
Yeah, no worries.
That's great. I love you. Hi, it's so good to see you in the chat. I miss you too. Oh, you just made me want to cry, Mom. Stop. Go away. Yeah, if you guys are developers, definitely get in on this. There's 3 opportunities like Hunter just mentioned. I know at least 300 unemployed developers that are
that's what I was
just
gonna say.
because they don't want to work for certain things. It's not that they can't get the fucking jobs. A lot of developers that I know have
Another
like
word.
super high morals and like really different ethics, and there's not much money you could give them to get them to work on something they wouldn't do for free. But this kind of a project, I think, may get a lot of attention from those exact nerds that I know, because this excites people. It's interesting and it's fun. So I do
Yeah.
encourage the people that know how to build to reach out to projects that need builders?
Yeah. So feel free to contact me. You know, I'm on Telegram, I'm on Twitter. So feel free to reach out to me. My email's hunter@Mars.Cards as well, if anyone wants to reach out with resumes or anything like that. And yeah, I'm excited to continue to grow this. And yeah, thanks again for having me on. Thanks for, I know you hosted a giveaway for us, you know, a couple weeks back. That was
thanks for
amazing.
helping. Oh, by the way, I wasn't paid for that. I wasn't paid for this. I feel like I had to say all that shit. They just gave me an NFT and said, give it away. And I was like, okay, cool. And I really appreciate you guys reaching out for that. Like, you know, just saying, hey, man, you know, we want to give to your community. And I was just like, cool. I really appreciate that. It wasn't like, hey, bro, how much can we pay you to promote? Like, I feel like a fucking cheap prostitute when people come up to me and they're just like, so how much to retweet or how much to give away? And it was just like, hey, bro, you want to give back to your community? I just appreciate the way you approach things. I appreciate your perspective on things. I just appreciate you in general, bro. This has been a really good conversation. Thank you.
Respect also because you fielded some tough questions earlier. And I
thank you.
respect the way that you handled
It's been a great conversation. It's really, I think I've learned a lot, and I appreciate you guys opening up the podcast for me. It's been really, really fun.
Yeah, thanks for the $10,000. I mean, you didn't pay for this at all.
It was 28.
It was 28,000. I mean, nothing. We got nothing.
No, 28 Bitcoins.
28 Bitcoins.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love how everybody thinks I get paid for things. I'm like, I do a lot of shit for free.
Yeah, we just say, give us Bitcoins. And they give us Bitcoins, and we spend them on everything, and we give the rest away.
My niece is streaming right now. Hi, Veronica. Well, all right, Mom, you're distracting. I love you. I got to wrap this up. So, way to make me feel awkward and weird, and now I don't know what to do, Mom. This is that awkward silence you deserve.
Training. Training.
All right, so it is Mars.Cards is the website. Go and check it out. It'll be on Atomic Hub. The drop is tomorrow at 4 p.m. UTC. There's a pretty damn good chance I'll be on Mars with you. So if you want to play with me, you're probably going to need some of these cards.
I mean, we have as good of a chance of ending up on Mars tonight than getting home. So.
Yes, I do honestly feel that way right now. I haven't been able to leave Miami for 72 hours.
I'm renting I'm gonna rent a moving truck. There's no rental cars in Miami.
They won't let us leave, bro.
Really?
The whole way up. So I'm just renting a truck.
We're kind of like stuck in Miami.
It's a good place to be stuck.
It really is.
We've got like if I didn't have a wife at home, I would be like, all right,
fuck it.
Let's
get to the beach.
A condo.
If we were both single, we'd probably be in prison.
We could sell a couple NFTs right now and go buy a condo tomorrow. And that's the proof of concept people need to just pay attention to what Ken's doing, everybody. It's pretty crazy.
You might have to pay attention because I really don't talk about it that much.
Or book a consult.
Yeah, definitely want to book a consult.
Do that.
Ken, are you high? Actually, I'm as sober as I've ever been on this fucking podcast. Literally have not smoked any weed at all whatsoever today. This day has been the most sober day of my life.
We're about to be down there doing just that.
Yeah, literally, like, quite literally.
Next to that boat.
Where's my finger? Right there.
Yep,
right there.
Is.
I'm gonna be right there getting high in like 20 minutes, Mom. My mom asked so.
And if we get a chance, we can't get the moving truck till tomorrow, we'll be jet skiing.
Yeah, we're probably gonna be jet skiing. We got to do something to make this not scary because I feel very kidnapped by Miami right now.
I do too. They're not letting us leave the city, and it's tough.
Hunter, I could keep you here all day, bro. Like again, I feel like I've known you a lot longer than this conversation. Have we met before?
Yeah, I want to cover you in moon rocks and Mars.
Maybe in another life. I don't know.
It feels like a very familiar conversation. You know what I mean? I don't know if you ever get those vibes.
Maybe we knew each other on the past Earth that is actually called Mars right now.
Exactly.
We all used to live there.
All right, guys. Oh, I mean, dude, again, I can ask you a million questions, and I feel like I should let you go, but I guess one more. Colonize Mars. Will we potentially find alien artifacts in the game? Things that may not be of human creation?
Alien chalice.
Well, you know, we're wanting to have a scientific discovery element of it, so we'll see. You know, what we can discover.
Dinosaur
I
bones.
feel like that's exactly the answer to the question people have is, will we actually find artifacts on actual Mars? So I like that answer. It's an actual answer. Thank you guys for all tuning in. Mom, I love you. And I don't know if I'll ever see you again unless you come to Miami because I can't get the fuck out of
Save
Miami.
us.
Mom, come to Miami.
Mommy.
Mom! Check out Mars.Cards. And Hunter, I love you. Everybody for tuning in. I love you too. Miggy, you're my bro. I'll call you on Telegram. Everybody, Rap Snacks is the best.
Snacks.
Have a day.
Thank you.
Hello, happy bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Ken Bozak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh, yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it.
This is what he's doing off air.
I was still going. Rap Snacks.
Hello, happy bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Ken Bozak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh, yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Ken Bozak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Ken bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get your Ken Bozak.